Yeah, so basically this friend of mine lives in a big apartment complex that has like a big parking garage in it. They were walking out to their car one day and they found a $100 bill on the ground, not near any cars, no one else was in the garage. And so they picked up the $100 bill and didn't know really what to do, if they should attempt to try to get it back to the person who dropped it. I mean, $100 is a lot of money. And there are, for context, there are security cameras in the garage, which might have, it's possible that they would have caught someone dropping the $100 bill. And so they were trying to decide, do they go to the property management group and see, hey, can we look at the surveillance footage? Can I try to reunite this person with the $100? And they decided against it.
Because they didn't trust the property management group,
exactly.
that they wouldn't just pocket the money themselves. So what would you do, G. Scott?
That's rough. And the reason why it's rough, I have to answer it as honest as possible, because I just think about, a lot of times it comes down to time in that situation. So you found $100 cash, you don't know where to go, don't know where to look, and no, actually, I just go to property management.
You would?
Yeah.
Would you hand it over to them and just say it's your problem now? Or would you say, because that was my answer, is I would go to property management to see if it's on surveillance, but I would not give them the money if I didn't trust them. I would keep it and say, hey, look at the surveillance. Do you see anybody who dropped money? If you do, let me know and I'll return it to them.
I think you got the best plan.
But your friend kept it.
They did, yeah. And, this might have partially to do with them not being in a great financial spot and feeling like, I just won a little bit of the lottery, so sad, too bad for the person that dropped it. But, I mean, for me, the reason it's such a dilemma is $100 is a lot of money, and that person that dropped it, like, that can be a devastating thing. This is an apartment complex that's a fairly inexpensive, by Seattle standards.
I used to car detail, clean cars down on Alki. And it was right next to Duke's. If you guys remember, there was an auto repair place that was there. It's now a burger place there now, but it used to be an auto repair place. Well, right there, I used to clean clean vehicles right there. So it was the weekend. I had been cleaning vehicles, and I had the cash, right? And it was actually cash for rent. And so I didn't have a wallet on me, and I didn't have any pockets. So I put it kind of inside of my little waistband, if you will.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So one of my favorite things to go and eat during that time was Duke's crab cake sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've ever had that, you know that's goodness in your life. Go over to Duke's, get my sandwich, hanging out there, and I realized, I looked down, the cash is gone.
No way. You mean it fell out of your waistband?
Shocker, right? Shocker. So it falls out of the waistband. I run out. I'm looking on the ground, looking everywhere. And this guy was standing there, and he says, "What are you looking for?" I said, "Man, I lost a bunch of cash." He said, "Here you go."
Oh, that's so nice, because that's a lot of money.
He waited right there, and he said, "Well, I figured if it's this much cash, whoever lost it, I will know because they will be panicked."
And you were.
And one of the best times in my life that I'm glad I fit the description.
Gee, drop the mic right there. We've got great responses from our listeners as well on this dilemma. Got to do my little handshake ritual with G here. If you guys ever watched the show, you could see that at the end of his segment. He fist bumps Dave Ross, and he and I have a special little handshake as well. But Ryan in Tacoma said, hopefully whoever was walking around with a $100 bill can afford to lose one. 425 said, finders keepers. Karen in Bellevue, longtime listener, said, I would keep the $100 bill until I have done everything I could try to find the owner. Look at the camera footage, give your name to the building manager, everything. So thank you for your responses to that. I would worry that the person who lost it would ask to look at surveillance to see who pocketed it.
That's another good thing.
Right?
Maybe in the coming weeks,
Yes. Okay.
my friend will get booked or something.